Guys, welcome to the review show. My name's Austin. Creed 3 stars Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors. Adonis Creed is thriving in his career and family life when Damien, a childhood friend, former boxer, resurfaced after serving time in prison. He is eager to prove that he deserves his shot in the ring. I really enjoy the Rocky films. I enjoy basically every single one of them. And it's kind of when it comes to 5 and 6, those are kind of where they kind of get a little roughy. 6 I don't really remember that much, and so I think that one's kind of like my least favorite out of all of them because I legit don't remember anything about Rocky 6 besides that one very quotable line about it doesn't matter how hard you get hit, it's how hard that you it's not how hard you hit, it's how hard you get hit or something. It's something on those lines. And that's like probably the best line out of that whole entire movie. Everything else is like very forgettable. And next we got the Creed films. I enjoyed the first Creed. Don't love it. I enjoy it. Creed 2 comes out. I enjoy that one a lot more. I think that one has a lot more tension to it, and it has a lot more going for it. And now Creed 3, which is the one that has like no Rocky in it, and it's very different from all the Creed films and very different from the Rocky films. This one's trying to take itself a little bit more serious, and so when I first saw the trailer I was like, okay, this is going to be interesting. I'm excited for this, and I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it, but it's not something that I would say go out and see right away. And it's more of that movie. It's like if you have time to go see it, you can go see it, because there's a lot of good things in this film. Michael B. Jordan is great in this film. It's the first film that he's ever directed, and I believe he wrote it as well, or he might have some co-written with it. I could be completely wrong with it, but I know for a fact that he directed it, and he really shows as a good director. And there's some scenes in the film that weren't shot that well, but from his first debut as a director, it's really good. It's honestly, and you can see it there, and especially from his performance. Jonathan Majors, another film that he's in. It's like 3 films in the past couple months that we've seen him in, and he's great in it. And it's cool to see that Michael B. Jordan's like taking on this family life in this film, and he has like a daughter now, who is sort of deaf. I don't know if the actress is actually deaf in real life, but usually when films like this or shows have a deaf character, they actually get someone that's deaf to play the part, and so, or it's an actor or actress that are deaf, and so they work their condition into the role that actually adds a lot more to the film or show. And so it was cool seeing this different side of him. And it's a weird thing that Adonis retires in this film. It's only the 3rd film, and they're planning on doing a 4th one, and he's already retiring. All right, odd thing, not gonna lie. And so yeah, I don't know, I enjoyed it, but Jonathan Majors' character in this film is sort of weak and very cartoony-ish. The film kind of starts out with this balance of oh, I don't know who to root for, but then towards the end of the film, it's clearly supposed to be like, oh, you're supposed to be rooting for Michael B. Jordan's character Adonis, and it's just like, I like the dynamic of I don't know who to root for, but then the movie kind of just plays it safe, and it's like, nah, fucking Jonathan Majors' character is a fucking asshole. Even though that what happens in the film, because they've known each other for a while, they know each other since childhood, and we get these flashbacks in the film, and when things start coming together, it's like, no, really, Michael B. Jordan's character is an ass, and we should be rooting for Jonathan Majors and actually give him his shot. But the way that they wrote it and the way that they portrayed it was stupid and very cartoony, villainish, that it's like, why not have it be where because I'm trying not to give off too many information, but it should have been like Rocky 5. Now that's not a great comparison because that film's not great, but the one thing that they could have done with it is they could have took the idea of Rocky 5 and made it and bring up the scale of it a lot better, because that one's writing in that film wasn't the greatest, but I like the idea that they were going for in that film, that that I forget the character's name, like it was Tommy or something. I think it was Tommy. And where he was like, he's like one of the greatest fighters that are boxing, but everyone's like kind of like making him like jealous by like, well, how does it feel like living in the shadows of Rocky though? That's what this film could have done, or because Jonathan Majors' character was jealous, is like mad for what happened in the past and has been holding this grudge against him this whole entire life, and upset that he was watching someone live his life on television while he was in prison. And that was a cool setup, but then it kind of just goes nowhere with it, and it's like, and in the way with the film ends, it's like that's not how that would have ended at all. And so it just kind of ends with a neat bow at the end of it, and it's just like, I don't like you. I don't know why you did that, and I would have, and it just feels like you played too safe with it, and you could have gone so much more with that, and it's just because most of the things, like most of the drama that happens off screen. It legit happens off screen. Like we're told that Jonathan Majors' character is talking shit about Creed to the public, and then we don't ever see that. We don't ever see that at all. That's all off screen. Like there's like so much that is like that could have been focused on, but no, they focus on this daughter character sort of about like, oh, she's getting bullied at school, and that how you say her name, Tessa Thompson doesn't like that everything should be solved with fighting, and so like they focus more on that than the reason that we went for the movie for. And so like you have basically like these two separate storylines, and it seems like they're trying to set up the daughter character more for the future films and passing on the torch, even though that we're only in the third film, and technically it's not really passing the and it's like it could work either way because our last name is Creed anyway, so you don't need to create a new franchise name. So it's like, well, there's Creed 4 and it's about the daughter, and it's like I don't really care, to be honest. Like at least the way that you were portraying it, it's like I don't care, because that's not what the movie is about. The movie is supposed to be about Creed and Damien, and so it just felt a little weak to me, and I wish that they focused a little bit more on that side of it and give the writing a little bit more, and just give it a little bit more realistic take on it than just going like the Rocky side of it and making the villain very cliche and very cartoony of it, because they had something there, and they just like got scared and decided to follow the formula of a Rocky film, basically. But very enjoyable. There is definitely moments in the film I did like. The fight scenes were awesome. I did like the choreograph for the English, but I liked how it was filmed, how it was shot, and that and there was a sequence in the fights that was pretty cool. And so, but yeah, I think this is like the weakest one out of the Creed films, and probably down there with Rocky 6 and Rocky 5. Now, because like all the Rocky films are great in their own way, so it's kind of hard to like put them in their place. But it's definitely not my top 3 or top 5, that how you want to put it, because this is like the 9th one. So, but yeah, I'm gonna give Creed 3 a C+. I did enjoy it, but there was a lot of story narratives that didn't make any sense. There's a subplot in the film that happens that gets abandoned, and it's like never addressed. There's a lot of subplots that are never addressed in the film. So yeah, but anyway, thank you for watching. Like always, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye guys.